Primary 3 Mathematics Chapter 13 Capacity Third Midterm Learning Outcomes You will learn to use appropriate measuring units and measuring instruments to measure or compare capacities. Estimate, measure and compare capacities in liters and milliliters. Know the relationship between liters and milliliters. Add, subtract, multiply and divide capacities. Before explaining what is capacity, let's do a simple activity. Look at these 3 bottles or containers. Container A, B and C. Container A is the smallest one and container C is the largest one. Which container can hold more water? Let's see which container can hold more water. When we take container A and B, which container can hold more water? Container A or container B? It is clear that container B can hold more water. When we take container B and C, it is clear container C can hold more water. From these 3 containers or bottles, container C can hold more water than the other containers. So we can say container C has the greatest capacity. Container C has the greatest capacity. There is a limit that we can pour water or any liquid into a container. So, now it's clear capacity is the maximum amount that something can hold. Capacity is the maximum amount that something can hold, or the amount of water a container can hold. Capacity is the amount of water a container can hold. You have already learned the use of liter as a unit of measurement of capacity and using measuring jugs to measure capacities. Liter is a unit of measurement of capacity. Let's find the capacity of the jug shown. It can be filled from 2 1-liter measuring jugs. You can see there are 2 1-liter measuring jugs. We are going to fill the big jug from the measuring jugs. Now let's see what is the capacity of the jug. Capacity of the jug is 2 liters. Capacity of the jug is 2 liters as we can fill it with 2 1-liter measuring jugs. Now look at the next example. There is a cup and a measuring jug which is divided into 5 equal parts and from 100 to 500 milliliters. We are going to measure the capacity of the cup using the measuring jug. How can we do this? First, we have to fill the cup from water. Then, let's pour water into the 500 milliliters measuring jug. Then how can we measure it? How can we measure the capacity of the cup? We have to identify where the water level meets the marking on the measuring jug. Where the water level meets the marking on the measuring jug. The water level at the marking represents the capacity of the container. Here you can see the water level meets marking at 200 milliliters. So we can say the capacity of the cup is 200 milliliters. The capacity of the cup is 200 milliliters. What is milliliter? We learned liter as a unit to measure the capacity. So what is milliliter? Milliliter is a unit of measurement for capacity. As liters, milliliter also, it is a unit of measurement for capacity. We use milliliters to measure capacities that are smaller than 1 liter. We use milliliters to measure capacities that are smaller than 1 liter. Now let's see the relationship between liters and milliliters. Look at this picture. The kettle is completely filled with water and the kettle fills two 500 milliliter measuring jugs. The kettle can fill two 500 milliliters measuring jugs. So, let's find what is the capacity of the kettle. There are two 500s. It means 1000. The capacity of the kettle is 1000 milliliters. We can also use a 1 liter measuring jug to measure the capacity of the kettle. If we pour all the water into a 1 liter measuring jug, it fills it to the 1 liter mark. So, we can say 1 liter means 1000 milliliters. 1000 milliliters are equal to 1 liter. That is the relationship between liters and milliliters. 1 liter means 1000 milliliters. Now let's see how to read a 1 liter measuring jug. How to read a 1 liter measuring jug. Look at this measuring jug. It is a 1 liter measuring jug and there are 10 black markings. You can see there are 10 black markings. You can see the marking of 500 milliliters and 1 liter. They have marked. Now let's see what are the other markings represents for. The bottom marking is for 100 milliliters. It is for 100 milliliters. 200 milliliters. 300 milliliters. 400 milliliters. 500 milliliters. 600 milliliters. 700 milliliters. 800 milliliters. 900 milliliters. 1000 milliliters. We know the relationship between liters and milliliters, that 1000 milliliters equal to 1 liter. Let's see again. 1 liter measuring jug. You can see the markings 500 milliliters and 1 liter, and there are 10 black markings. Each marking represents 100 milliliters. The difference is 100 milliliters. So, we have to count on in hundreds. Let's count on in hundreds. The bottom marking 100 milliliters, 200 milliliters, 300 milliliters, 400 milliliters, 500 milliliters, 600 milliliters, 700 milliliters, 800 milliliters, 900 milliliters, 1000 milliliters or 1 liter. Now I think it's clear to you how to read a 1 liter measuring jug. Now let's use this 1 liter measuring jug to measure the capacity of this watering can. The watering can is completely filled with water. All the water is then poured into 2 measuring jugs. Both are 1 liter measuring jugs. What is the capacity of the watering can? How do we find the capacity of the watering can? You can see the first measuring jug is filled up to 1 liter. It is filled up to 1 liter. The second measuring jug filled only up to 500 milliliters. 1 liter, 500 milliliters. So, we can say the capacity of the container is 1 liter and 500 milliliters. The capacity of this watering can is 1 liter and 500 milliliters. That's how we use 1 liter measuring jug to measure the capacity of the containers. Here there are some containers with their capacities. This basin has a capacity of 4 liters. The basin has a capacity of 4 liters. The water bottle has a capacity of 3 liters, 350 milliliters. The jug has a capacity of 2 liters, 250 milliliters. This bottle has a capacity of 1 liter. There are 4 capacities: 4 liters, 3 liters and 350 milliliters, 2 liters and 250 milliliters, 1 liter. Now let's compare the capacities. What is the greatest capacity and what is the smallest capacity? What is the greatest capacity? The 4 liters, the basin with 4 liters is the greatest capacity. The basin has the greatest capacity. It is 4 liters. The small bottle, which has the capacity of 1 liter, is the smallest capacity. The smallest capacity is 1 liter. The greatest capacity is 4 liters. That's how we compare the capacity. Now, I am going to teach you how to add and subtract capacities in liters and milliliters. Look at these 2 containers. The first container has a capacity of 1 liter, 100 milliliters. 1 liter, 100 milliliters. The next one has a capacity of 2 liters, 250 milliliters. 2 liters, 250 milliliters. Let's find the total capacity of these 2 containers. How do we find the total capacity? Total. To find the total, we should add. So let's add the 2 capacities of the containers. Let's write the addition sentence like this. 1 liter, 100 milliliters plus 2 liters, 250 milliliters. But when we are going to add in this horizontal way, this way is little bit difficult to us. So, let's write the addition sentence in the vertical way, or from up to down, like this. 1 liter, 110 milliliters, 2 liters, 250 milliliters. Let's add like this. It is very important to write the units in the correct place value before doing the addition. First, we have to add the milliliters. Let's add the milliliters first. Then we have to add the liters. First we have to add the milliliters. Next, we will add the liters. So, the total capacity of these two containers is 3 liters, 350 milliliters. Now look at this question. A jug was filled to the brim with juice. 350 milliliters of the juice was poured out into a glass. The amount of juice left in the jug was 1 liter 590 milliliters. What is the capacity of the jug? A jug was filled to the brim with juice. 350 milliliters of the juice was poured out into a glass. The amount of juice left in the jug was 1 liter 590 milliliters. What is the capacity of the jug? To find the capacity of the jug, let's use a bar model. Here, in this orange color, it represents the amount of juice which has poured out into a glass. It is 350 milliliters. The green color bar represents the amount of juice which is left in the jug. It is 1 liter 590 milliliters. 350 milliliters is poured into a glass. 1 liter 590 milliliters was left in the jug. So, let's find the total capacity of the jug. To find that, we have to add 1 liter 590 milliliters plus 350 milliliters. Always remember to write it in the vertical way or from top to bottom, up and down. 1 liter 590 milliliters plus 350 milliliters. First, let's add the milliliters. 940 milliliters. 1 liter. So, the capacity of the jug is 1 liter 940 milliliters. Now look at this picture. There are two pails. The capacity of the red color pail is 6 liters 500 milliliters. 6 liters 500 milliliters. The capacity of the blue color pail is 4 liters 250 milliliters. 4 liters 250 milliliters. We want to find the difference in capacities between the two pails. Difference. To find a difference, we want to subtract. So let's write the subtraction sentence like this. 6 liters 500 milliliters minus 4 liters 250 milliliters. Let's write in the vertical way like this. As in addition, we want to subtract the milliliters side first. Then we have to subtract the liters side. First milliliters, next liters. So, the difference in capacities between the two pairs is 2 liters 250 milliliters. The capacity of a fish ball is 3 liters 610 milliliters. The capacity of a basin is 1 liter 280 milliliters less than the fish bowl. What is the capacity of the basin? Let's use the bar models to solve this problem. The capacity of the fish bowl is 3 liters 610 milliliters and the capacity of the basin is 1 liter 280 milliliters less than the fish bowl. We want to find the capacity of the basin. How do we do this? We have to subtract 3 liters 610 milliliters minus 1 liter 280 milliliters. From the capacity of the fish bowl, we have to subtract the less amount to find the capacity of the basin. Let's write the vertical sentence. First, let's subtract the milliliters, 330 milliliters, 2 liters. So we can say the capacity of the basin is 2 liters, 330 milliliters. Now let's learn multiplying and dividing capacities. Look at the picture. There is a pail and a bottle. The capacity of the pail is 6 times as the capacity of the bottle. The capacity of the pail is 6 times as the capacity of the bottle. If the capacity of the bottle is 4 liters, what is the capacity of the pail? Let's find the capacity of the pail. If we take the capacity of the bottle as 1 unit, we know that the capacity of the pail is 6 times as the capacity of the bottle. The capacity of the pail is 6 times as the capacity of the bottle. We know 1 unit is equals to 4 liters. So let's find if 1 unit is 4 liters, what is the value of 6 units? So let's multiply this. 6 times 4. 6 multiplied by 4 liters. The capacity of the pail is 24 liters. The capacity of the pail is 24 liters. Min fills a jug completely with water and pours the water from the jug into a bucket. She does this 4 times before the bucket is filled to the brim. The capacity of the jug is 2 liters. What is the capacity of the bucket? Min fills a jug completely with water and pours the water from the jug into a bucket. She is filling a bucket using a jug. The capacity of the jug is 2 liters and she has filled the bucket 4 times using the jug. They are asking what is the capacity of the bucket. It means the capacity of the bucket should be 4 times as the capacity of the jug. There are 4 units. If 1 unit is 2 liters, we want to find the capacity of 4 units. So let's multiply this. 4 times 2. To find the capacity of the bucket, we have to multiply. 4 times 2 is equals to 8 liters. The capacity of the bucket is 8 liters. Now look at this picture. A container with a capacity of 12 liters is completely filled with water. The capacity of the container is 12 liters. The water from the container is poured into 6 similar bottles and fills them completely. The bottles are completely filled with the water in the container. Find the capacity of each bottle. Each means 1 bottle. We have to find the capacity in 1 bottle. The meaning each means 1. It means from the 12 liters, it is equally shared among these 6 bottles. Sharing equally means division. So let's divide. to find the capacity of each bottle. What is the capacity of each bottle? 12 liters divide by 6. 12 liters divide by 6. The capacity of each bottle is 2 liters. An ink bottle has a capacity of 54 milliliters. Peter transferred all the ink into some similar small jars. He completely filled 6 small jars. What is the capacity of each small jar? An ink bottle has a capacity of 54 milliliters. Peter transferred all the ink into some similar small jars. He completely filled 6 small jars. What is the capacity of each small jar? If he fills 6 small jars from 54 milliliters, let's take 54 milliliters as 6 units. These 6 units are equals to 54 milliliters. We want to find the value of 1 unit or each unit. Here we have to divide 54 milliliters divide by 6. 54 milliliters divide by 6. 9 milliliters. So the capacity of each small jar is 9 milliliters. Summary of the lesson. The milliliter is a unit of measurement for capacity. The milliliter is a unit of measurement for capacity. It is used to measure capacities that are smaller than 1 liter. Milliliter is used to measure capacities that are smaller than 1 liter. 1 liter equals 1000 milliliters. 1 liter equals 1000 milliliters. We can use different measuring instruments to measure capacities. We can use different measuring instruments to measure capacities. We can write milliliter as ml in simple letters. We can write milliliter as ml. We can add, subtract, multiply, divide capacities. We can add, subtract, multiply and divide capacities. Now you can do the activities in the textbook. Textbook, page number 114 and 115, page number 119, 120, page number 123, 124. Thank you.